Software engineering, nature of the software. So the objectives: to define the software and the roles of it, to identify software product, to classify the types of software products, to understand and the characteristics of the software, to know different software applications and reason why the software engineering plays prominent nowadays. Now, what is a software? So abbreviation of the software, generally we can write the software as SW or S/W. The product that the software professionals build and then support over the long term. So normally the software professionals are building one software, and after that they can be give the support for some time for that particular developed software. And software encompasses, so that means instructions, data structures and documentation. So normally whenever we are developing any software, what we have to follow. So these are the 3 steps we need to develop for our software implementation. So initially the instructions, so that means we have to write some programs. So those are computer programs. So the computer programs that when be executed provide desired features, functions and performance. So normally whenever anybody wants to develop any software, their aim is to compete the desired features and some of the functionality and the performance. This can be looked by these particular computer programs. And after that, the data structures, so that is enable the programs to adequately store and manipulation of information. So normally data structures are the structure of data which you want to use for developing our programs. So these are the data structures are using the programs to store our data and manipulating of our data information. And documentation that describes the operation and use for the programs. So once you are developing some project or product, so we need to do the documentation. So this can be describes how the software will be work and how the programs can be, or different types of variables we have declared there. Those we can mention in our documentation. And the software is a collection of computer programs and associated documentations. So this means whenever we are calling as a software, this can be contains both the developed programs and it is also contains the documentation of that particular program. And the software is program plus documentation plus operational or operating procedures. So this combinedly we can call it as a software. And software is having dual role. So normally the software can be works as 2 ways. One, the software is a product, and another one is the software is a vehicle for driving that particular product. So the product means it's a application software which the product is developed and delivers the computational potential procedures, manages and acquires, modifies, displays and transmits that particular information. And software is a vehicle, so that means these are the system softwares. So supports for directly provides a system functionality, control other programs like as the operating system, or effective communication like as networking softwares, and helps to build other softwares like as the software tools. And software product. Software products may be developed for particular customer or may be developed for general market. And software products may be generic or custom. So generic means the product which can be developed for general users. So more number of people are using for this particular software. So that is developed to be sold to a range of different types of customers. And the custom software, this is also called as bespoke. So developed for a single customer according to the specific specifications. So particular users they want to use for a customized software that can be using for a specific purpose. And software products. So software codes, object codes and test suites, and after that reports, plans, test results, documentation, manuals, data and prototypes. So these are the different types of software products. And software characteristics. So software is developed or engineered in software is normally engineered or developed, but it is not manufactured by classical sense. That means the software which can be developed or engineered. Software is reusable and flexible. So software, once you are developing some particular software, that can be change according to our needs, or they can be reusable. And software is not tear out. So software is, suppose if you are using any building or something else, so there can be a bridge or something else, after some years this cannot be worked, but the software is not that type of wear out, so we can use the software any time. And normally if you are looking after this failure of the hardware, so if you are using some hardware or normal these things, so the hardware, once they can be initially it may be burns in the phases, that means failures may be more. And if you are changing the modifications, automatically the time is going on, the failures will be decreases after some time. So automatically this may be going for the wear out phase, automatically the failures may be increases. But going for the software, so normally ideal case, the software, once they may be having some of the problems, if you fix it out, so it will be reduces that thing, and ideally it may be almost reaching to zero failure rate. But normally whenever you are developing the software, because of new modifications, every time the software will be not like as an ideal case, it may be having the curve of like this. So resides side effects and changes. Once the new change may be happened, some of it may be causing the side effect for this, and some of the problems may be increases. So you are rectifying this and you may be going for the new change, automatically it will be causing. So actually this will be causing this type of thing.